What is up, mates of YouTube? My name is Aussie Marcel, and in today's video we're going to be having a look at 5 fragrances that you can find here in Australia for $10. So if that sounds good to you, let's get into the video. There are so many fragrances you can find for around the $10 mark. By going a little lower or a little higher, you still have access to so many different fragrances. And I've often seen here and on TikTok people saying ignore all cheap fragrances, only spend a lot of money on fragrances. Sort of like that gatekeeper attitude, you know? Do we really need more gatekeepers in this space? Fragrantica is bad enough as it is. It's one of those spaces online that's just dedicated to keeping people out, and I just don't believe in that. I think that there's something for everyone, and that just because something's cheap doesn't mean it's bad. I'm fortunate in that I can have access to a very wide variety of fragrances, but not everybody is like that. In fact, most people are looking for the cheapest thing possible to smell great, to look good, to feel great about themselves, and that has always been my ethos on this channel, is to give people the best fragrances for their money, especially if it's cheap. And with that in mind, I've got 5 fragrances. Actually, you could probably say 7 fragrances, but 5 fragrances that I can recommend that you yourself can pick up for $10. And we're going to be starting with the fragrance that I've covered most recently, Nike Man Ultra Green. This smells pretty much identical to Paco Rabanne's 1 Million Lucky, except I like it even more than 1 Million Lucky because it's like 1/10, 1/12 the price. It's a beautiful smelling fragrance, very sweet, very youthful. There's a tiny bit of leather, it's nutty, it's got some caramel notes in this one as well. I get burnt sugar, toffee, like toffee apples even. It's such a beautiful fragrance, and the performance is 12 hours plus with a single spray. I've got like the tester strip around here somewhere, and it still reeks of this stuff, and I only sprayed it like twice, and that was days ago. So for the $10 price point, you can get such an amazing fragrance. In saying that though, if you want something that smells a little more mature, a little less youthful, but still with that same power, that same excellent performance, then I would recommend Nike Man Blue. This is my personal favorite Nike fragrance. It smells like Jean-Paul Gaultier's Ultra Male. The performance is incredible. You can get the 100 ml bottle for $10, or if you can pay $15, if you can afford that $15, you get double the amount, 200 ml. Very potent, smells incredible. One of those scents that's just great for all seasons, all occasions. Definitely check the Nike scents out. People sleep on them. They are so good for the $10 mark. Even the women's fragrances are fantastic. So if you're looking for an ultra cheap fragrance for your partner, for example, definitely consider the Nike fragrances. Next up, we've got something a little more old school, and it's been around for quite a few years now. Lemani Pour Homme. This is for the bloke that wants to smell old school, classically masculine. I love it because it smells very similar to Drakkar Noir. It's just got that powerful late 80s aromatic punch to it. Performance is really solid for the price. I've seen this as low as $5 at certain chemists around Australia, but generally at Chemist Warehouse you're paying about $10 Australian for it. The air smells so good with this in it. Performance is decent. Cost is decent as well. It's just one of those fragrances that oozes masculinity. So if you are the type of person that really wants that old school style of fragrance, but you don't want to pay $50 for Drakkar Noir, you don't want to pay $50 for Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, this is a great option. It's aromatic, it's green, it's earthy even. There's like a hint of leather and touch of smoke. It's very masculine. Definitely check out Lemani Pour Homme. Next up, we have French Connection UK Friction. This is a very lavender dominant fragrance. Just reminds me of uni. I used to wear this when I was at uni. I love the way this one smells. It's like an aquatic men's fragrance with a hefty dose of lavender. Super versatile. You could wear this in any season, any occasion, and at any age bracket. Like, this is going to work for a 15-year-old kid as it is going to work for a 60-year-old going to a wedding or something. It's classy, but it's so affordable as well. Now, at places like Priceline, I've seen this for over $20, but if you go on eBay, you can find a bottle of this quite regularly for $10 Australian. It's very affordable, and a lot of the French Connection fragrances are worth picking up at that $10 price point. I can't recommend Friction more. This is a beautiful smelling fragrance, super versatile, it's for everyone. Next up is a brand that I always get asked to mention on the channel, but I never do for some reason, but I'm mentioning it here now. Playboy Hollywood. This, according to the packaging, is Dazzling Woody, audacious, manly, dry woods uplifted by a touch of spice. I think it's a little fresher than the packaging suggests. It is a little on the drier side, fresh, vibrant, spicy with some woods here as well. It's actually quite a good smelling fragrance. It kind of almost reminds me of pencil shavings. Like, you remember in high school or primary school when you would sharpen your colored pencils? It sort of reminds me of that, but it's quite classy, and at $9 Australian, it's very affordable. I used to wear, what else did I wear in university? I used to wear French Connection Friction, and I wore Playboy New York. That's the one that has that, it's got a note of vinyl, like vinyl record on it, I'm pretty sure. And I love the way that one smells. This is similar to that, but I think this is probably a little more versatile. It's going to appeal to more people. The Playboy fragrances, at that $10 price point, are super affordable. They're going to appeal to teenage boys most, but if you're an older gentleman and you're looking for a classy fragrance that's going to perform, you know, relatively okay, it's going to perform like a, you know, a Lynx body spray or an Axe body spray or something like that, you can do a lot worse than Playboy Hollywood. This is quite a classy smelling fragrance. If you don't believe me, try it out, it's worth it. And lastly, I've got two fragrances here for you. If you're more of an adventurous bloke and you don't mind wearing women's fragrances, then we've got Katy Perry's Indie. This is just a unisex fragrance. It smells very musky. There are only musk notes in this. There's like 7 different types of musk. Performance is incredible. It's regularly on sale at Chemist Warehouse for only $10. Having said that though, if you really don't want to wear a Katy Perry fragrance, I completely understand, and I would recommend Adidas or Adidas if you're American, Champions, the EDT. Also, the EDP is quite nice as well. That just has more of an Iris Ford sort of vibe. But this smells similar to Paco Rabanne's Invictus. It's just a little fresher. Fruity, hints of florals here, hints of amber. It's quite a beautiful smelling fragrance. Very cheap, very affordable. It's going to appeal to a wide variety of men, a wide variety of age groups. Man, that smells bloody delicious. Very good for the price point. Performance for this one's great as well, at about 7 hours with 3 sprays. I mean, as far as the Adidas fragrances are concerned, the Champions League fragrances, the EDT and the EDP, are the best, but even something like Victory League or Ice Dive, they're great for the $10 price point as well. I would just struggle to recommend them over something like Nike Man Blue, which the value is just incredible. One of the best value fragrances of all time, in my opinion. But these Adidas Champions League fragrances, very good for the money. Highly recommend them. And these are going to appeal to more of those people that are just transitioning from body sprays and teenage body sprays and what have you. So I highly recommend these. Now it's your turn to let me know and let the community know what your favorite $10 fragrances are. Drop them in the comments below. I can't wait to read and interact with you guys. So until the next video, my name is Aussie Marcel, and I'll catch you guys around.